Well, we met Igor. There's a few other people. We can do that so beautifully because of Plutus V3. And it's coming in just a matter of weeks. We got Ouroboros Laos. The paper came out. Years and years and years of chasing. How do we beat the blockchain trilemma? Well, not only do we beat it, we kick its fucking ass. We're working on it. So we're working on it together at Intercept. With all of you prototyping in public with the people here. That's the difference of Cardano. We don't just say it, we do it, and when we do it together in the open. Through the peer review process, through an open roadmap, through an open backlog, with many people coming together, even Hydra. We had Adam Lee working on it, amongst others. Who's Adam? Around somewhere. Adam.
Hey, can you see if I'm live on Next?
Okay. So we had Adam working on it. And so many other great people working on it. And it's the same with Theos. Just another example, partner chains. 2016, we said Cardano SL and Cardano CL. Well, guess what? We did it. Karen Chang and her team, wonderful people. They just released the data of version 1.0 partner chains. The very first one will be midnight. But you know what? World Mobile's here. They're the next one. There's so many ways that people learn. Every time you do it, it's a layer 2 to everyone. Trades with everybody. Brings millions of transactions into Cardano.
That's huge, bro.
Benefits the operators, benefits the network, and what are we selling? We're selling the most secure blockchain ever built in the history of this industry.
Yes.
Powered by literally non-custodial staking. And that's a promise and commitment we've made to everybody. We've maintained it for 9 damn years. Cardano doesn't go down. It's built like a tank. But it's fast now, so it's built like a Lambo tank. How about that? And we changed a bit. So we had the Plutus application backend. Didn't work. People got frustrated about it. Developers weren't so happy with Plutus V2. Made Plutus V2. The community came together, created. They started investing in TypeScript. They started different paradigms. And what did we do as an ecosystem? We said, let's give these guys the resources. So I only gave 2 full-time developers the foundation for APIs. We gave 2 full-time developers in TypeScript. Pivoted Plutus a bit to a high shard stack. EPLCs never looked better. And all of a sudden now, we can write Cardano applications easily in different languages, quickly. That's just a few years of DevX experience. It takes about 3 to 7 years to make a good language. And guess what? We're about 3 years into it. What does that mean? It means we have a good language now. It means we have a good DevX now. It means that people can actually build amazing experiences and things. And if you doubt me, Bankless, not here, look at all the booths. Look at all the people. Does this feel like a ghost chain to any of you?
No.
Hell no. You're scared of this ghost. Pretty real ghost. Sticky ectoplasm ghost. He's an old South Park movie. Pretty amazing, Hydra. Pretty amazing where we're at. So I have another announcement. I said we have a few announcements. You know, for years and years and years, I was talking about merging old things and new things together. I love Lace. Lace is pretty special in that. I want Lace to be the best wallet in the world. And little by little, we make it better and better. So this right here is a paper wallet. Okay. Paper wallets have a problem. They're magical and amazing. You print them out, you put them in your safe, usually write keywords down. But here's what happens. If you print a paper wallet, printers are among the least secure infrastructure of all hardware ever made. Very easy for people to just replay, meaning just tell the printer to print the last thing it printed, whatever the buffer. So you print a paper wallet, what happens? The person just prints it again. And now they have your private keys. Not so good. So what do? You encrypt the private keys. So put 2 QR codes, one for public, one for private. And I said, well, how do you encrypt it? You use a password. Passwords aren't so secure. It's 2024, so perhaps let's use PGP, because everybody has it. It's been around since 1991. So I said, you know, it would be super cool to do a bug bounty. We love our friends at USDN. So I said, how about we do this? Because 3M did this years ago. If you can hack it, you can keep it. Let's create a paper wallet. If you can hack it, you get to keep the stuff on it. Like a bug bounty. So we put $1 million in a paper wallet. You guys can try to break it. If you can break it, it's yours. Why? Because I believe in PGP. I believe in cryptography. And this is Lace. For all the assets that Lace supports, including Cardano native assets. So when you create your wallet, you create a backup, what do? Eventually, as the interface evolves, you upload your DID, which has cryptographic credentials, encrypt it, print it out, and put it in your safe. Or leave it on the coffee table, doesn't matter. People can't break this. That's usability. These are the things we're thinking about. There's so many things that the Cardano ecosystem and the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem is evolving and growing with. And every single day, people in this room, people
Hey, what's up,
outside
James?
this room,
What's up,
are
Vegas?
asking the
What's up,
question,
winners?
how do we make it simpler, faster, cheaper, easier, better? Why? Because we want crypto to take over the world. That's why we're here. We're not here just because numbers go up. We're not here just because crypto's fun and exciting and we get some good memes. I'm sure it's fun. But at the end of the day, if our goal is to change the economic, political, and social systems of the world, what ought we do? We ought to make the system that does that easy to use, effective to use, and usable for everyone in the world, not just a few people. So that's the point of things. That's the point of Hydra. That's the point of games. That's the point of governance. That's the point of peer-reviewed research. That's the point of what we put together as an ecosystem, is to make these things work. It's a harsh industry. That's why I say it's really harsh. It's tough. It's hard. We can do amazing things as an ecosystem. You write incredible papers. You solve incredible problems. As a project, you work hard every day, 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week, sleepless nights. Don't spend time with family, miss the death of relatives. You're not there for special events. And after you put in all that effort and somebody says you've done nothing, you've achieved nothing, you are nothing. But you know what? The most valuable advice I've ever gotten is widen the aperture. Over the horizon of time, look at what we've done in 10 years. We started with an idea on a whiteboard with nobody. No papers, no code, and here today now. Think about that. Because we have principles and because we care. And not once did we ever violate the core of who we are. We still write papers. We still do the formal methods. We still are rigorous in what we do. And that's why Cardano has been up for years and years and years, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's why when they try to DDoS us, not only does it fail, we take their money.
Yeah, recent too.
The community member who did that. Don't fuck with Cardano. It's who we are. We never once compromised. And we never will compromise. And that's why I'm so proud. People say, aren't you scared about Voltaire and this centralized government coming in? Aren't you worried? Now, first it's the press, and they always hate everybody. I say, no! This ecosystem's a lot smarter than me. I made Plutus, they made Adrian. Come on. I'm excited to actually turn this over to everybody. Because you know what? Collective intelligence is so powerful. Your ability to coordinate and collaborate, to work with other people, to verify what other people are saying is true, and solve problems together, that is what makes the difference. That is what makes great things. You get 3 people together talking about something, you get, you get 1 million people together talking about something, you go to the moon.
I had an advertiser pop in real quick.
We have millions of
It's gonna make
people.
18 cents.
If we're united, if we're working together. There's been so much thought over the last 2 years that has gone into Voltaire and the collaborative model. It's not perfect. We call it minimum viable governance for a reason. Because the minute that it comes out, you know what's going to happen? We're going to change it. We're going to demand new things, new voting systems, more inclusive ways of bringing people in. Say perhaps we should go to multi-resource consensus. Well, we got a paper for it. It's called Minotaur. What does that translate to? You can vote with more than just 80. Want it? Let's get it done. Let's figure it out. Let's put it together. And there's dozens of people, some in this room, some not in this room. You now have the ability not only to demand it, but to vote on it and get it done. And push it. The Cardano budget is the greatest single example of that. There's 1.5 billion ADA sitting in a treasury, ready to go, ready to do it for a budget to be pushed against it. And there's a huge debate. Starting at intersections, and brought on every key rep and every constitutional committee member is going to have an opinion on it. And in all the podcasts we have, thinking of what should be fun. How many people keep saying we need marketing, we need branding? Yeah, I completely agree. Because it's about time to get some credit for the crap we've done, especially with the college conferences. But how much do we spend? Who gets the money? What checks and balances do we put in? What's the audit and oversight look like? What is the ROI on that for us as an ecosystem? These are the questions because every data matters. We all paid into it. 20% of each block performance equals money. That is the conversation we're having right here, right now, together as one community, out in the open, out in the public. And it's messy. People are passionate. They're going to say stuff. But you know what? I guarantee you they're not going to wrap a bunch of private jets for $180,000. What we're going to do instead
Buy your own
is
jet.
we're going to communicate with one voice and one community. And we're going to figure out a way to show the world what we've built, which is the successor to Bitcoin. Cardano only exists because Bitcoin allowed it to exist. I know this because I started with Bitcoin back in 2011. So many of Bitcoin's ideas are embedded in the DNA of Cardano. They came up with UTXO. And we said it would be great to have smart contracts on Bitcoin. All of these amazing people came together, and what did they do? They came up with conceptions of extending UTXO. And you know what happened? Year after year after year after year went by, and they say, we just don't do that in Bitcoin. So you know what we did? We put it in Cardano. Where did Cardano native assets come from? Well, there was this thing called color coins. I think it was around 2011, 2012, very long time ago, before almost everybody was in this room. And for years and years and years, people said, if only we evolved Bitcoin just a little bit, we could make it a great environment to issue assets on. You know what happened? It never got done. I remember Chroma Wallet. I remember all of these guys. They're friends of mine. The same with Mastercoin. They tried to build a layer 2 just to add some stuff back in. And you can go down the list, one after another, of so many amazing ideas that came out of the Bitcoin ecosystem. We owe them for that. We should never discount the innovation. We should never discount the creativity. Their one failure was governance. They never figured out how to upgrade the system beyond the founder. And no matter how brilliant the founder is, no matter how great the technology is, eventually it's not fit for purpose. And the best it can do is whatever it was originally designed to do. So it's digital gold, and it will be worth billions and trillions for the foreseeable future. But that's not going to change the world. You can't run a government on it. You can't run an economy on it. You can't run a voting system on it. You can't run the world's supply chains on it. Believe me, you tried. So instead of complaining, there was an ethos in Bitcoin space. They said, if you don't like it, fork it. We couldn't fork it because the code wasn't good. So what did we do? We built Cardano. That's what we did. Then we have all the same principles, the deflationary monetary policy, the decentralization. We know it because we measured it. We were the first to create the Edinburgh Decentralization Index. We look pretty good. And we recognize the single most important thing is to give everybody in the room a voice to say. You don't have that with Solana or Ethereum or these other guys, but you have it with Cardano. So that's what we did. We gave them a say. With on-chain governance, is it perfect? No, but I'm not going to write a blog post saying just because it's hard, we shouldn't do it. We do it because it's hard. Because if we solve this problem, we solve it for everyone in the entire industry. And every single DApp benefits from it. Every single DApp can use that governance system. Every single DApp can benefit from that pool of governance people. It'll take years for the industry to realize these things. But we're not going anywhere. We don't lose people. We gain people. If you get 0.1% better every single day, in 2 years you double. Think about that. Think about that. 0.1%, can you even tell that? And that's the story of Cardano. The slow, methodical march towards a better future. And each and every person in this room, each and every project here is part of that. We're part of an extended family. And we keep at it. We solve problems, and we can work together. This very event is an example of that. So we're competing events. NFT XLV and very JJ style. Where's JJ? There he is. I called him. I said, JJ, the chief of staff. We gotta negotiate. We gotta get these events to work. And it was tough. You know, both sides had some reasons. Both sides felt that they should be in the event, or at the very least they had their own thing. But for the good ecosystem, it makes sense to have two events right around the same time of days. Not that big yet. What happened? They talked to each other. They listened to each other. And they worked something out. Could we do this in Washington? Could we do this in politics? No. But we can do it here, in this room, with these people. What does that tell you? That when we talk about the budget of Cardano, hard forks, the roadmap of Cardano, we talk about how can we be competitive. What are we going to do? We're going to listen to each other. We're going to disagree and connect. We're going to get things done. We're going to teach the rest of the world that we can still work together. We can still trust each other. We can still get things done. That's the lesson of Rare Evo. And look how amazing this event is as a result of that. Look at all the people here. So, a lot of cool stuff coming. We're just getting started. Constitutional Convention. God help us all. That's going to be a fun one. Very tough. After we get the Constitution done, we still have to vote it on-chain for ratification. That's going to be tough, too. A lot of good people are working on it. Lace is finally coming into its own. It's an amazing team, great people. You have a chance to drop by the booth. You can see some of the other things we've worked on, like Reflect is a great example right over there. Just got Chrono shot out and a whole bunch of other things. Games are such a vital and essential part of blockchain's growth, and that's why they're here. You take a look at the booth. We also have Hoskinson Health and Wellness. People ask me about real-world use cases. They say, what about blockchain for X, Y, Z, blockchain for A, B, and C? I say, I agree. And you know what? I do it myself. So, we have a clinic. We're going to try to find ways to bring everything you do in that clinic into the cryptocurrency ecosystem, physical stores, integrity, and get things better. Now, synthetic biology company, we almost got there here, but next year for Rare Evo, we'll be able to showcase some cool stuff from that. And again, I'd love to use it for the partner markets and track and trace. Input-output is changing as an organization. We're always going to be building Cardano. Have a whole division. Ricky Rand, where's Ricky? There he is. That's the GM of bioengineering. He leads our engineering division. So they're the guys that work with Hui and Will Type. Remember Duncan Coots? He's still around. Cardano Wizard, OG of OGs. And dozens of other development companies to build Cardano as a coalition working together through Intersect. But IO is also a venture studio. That group builds companies like Midnight, like Reflect, and dozens of others. And every single one of those has our principles. We build our Cardano, we build all kinds of interesting experiences to get it done. So I'll close with Midnight because that's the future. And it's the next generation of blockchain technology. It's the last mile problem. We're almost there. We're in the third generation. With Laos and partner chains and Voltaire, we've solved the third generation. We'll win that fight. We're still in it. We're still competing. No one's won it yet, but we're going to win that one. So the fourth generation is just getting started. And what is the fourth generation? The fourth generation is about how do you bridge the legacy world and the crypto world together. And for that, we realize we have to solve a very fundamental question. How can a blockchain keep a secret? Real-world business, real-world applications, they have a public side and a private side. And right now, blockchains are super good at the public side. They're auditable, transparent, they're time-stamped, easy to use in that respect. But then when you go to privacy, would you guys feel comfortable with every email you've ever sent, every web search you've ever done, everything you ever bought on Amazon being made public? I don't know, I'll give you a deal from Henry. Probably not a good thing, right? You have a private life. Probably should keep it that way. So how the hell do you blockchain the entire world if you only do one half of the world? And the magic of Cardano is we knew this back in 2016.
Yeah, this is
so we
huge.
planned for it with partner chains and with Midnight. And when we bring this in, we bring in the other half. We get it here first, and then we get to sell it to everybody in the entire cryptocurrency space. So Iran's going to be speaking. It's going to be a great keynote. You guys can learn a lot about that. But it just shows the innovation here. It just shows how not only are we thinking about the fight today, but we're thinking about the fight in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Where do we need to go? And every day we get stronger because when we get to that next level, which is so complicated and hard, we get there from day one with decentralized governments, from day one with one of the largest treasuries, from day one with a humongous base of developers, from day one with so many powerful people. We're smart, fired up, excited, ready to go, and hundreds of real-world use cases instead of a hypothetical. That's the magic of progress. That's the magic of moves like this. So thank you for being in the room. Tell the people who aren't how much they missed out. And next year, it's going to be a lot bigger. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Yo, Michael, say what's up. Yo, what'd you think, though, BZ?
Man, that speech, bro, that speech is so motivating you guys for the future. All right, man. So we're gonna go, do some other stuff. I'll keep you guys posted. Follow me on X.